Super affordable earbuds, but are they any good? Let's find out. Dave Taylor here, and I'm looking at these. These are the Funcl wireless headphones line, and they are on Indiegogo, or depending on when you watch this, the Indiegogo campaign's over and you can check out their website. Either way, what I have are late production prototypes. So what I have is not exactly what you would get. The packaging might change, the containers might change, but all the basic functionality and circuitry is the same. And that's a good thing, because there are some very nice earbuds, wireless headphones, whatever you want to call them, and they're at a ridiculously inexpensive price. So let's start with the W1. That's these. And as you can see, they come in a little battery charging case. They are basically little earbuds. You can see there, and you can see in the close-up, they are pretty tiny. You just slip them in your ear and you are good to go. That's all you got to do. So I can pair them with iPhones, I can pair them with Android. Here's my iPhone XS, here's my Android Pixel 3 XL. So both of these, they work, everything works great. Now, let's start with, as I said, the W1. These are IPX5 and Bluetooth 5.0, so it's the latest and greatest. And they also have AAC support. Now, AAC is a higher fidelity audio system that Apple uses, but it's not on the Android. So we'll get to that in the next device. So this is AAC. These have a 4.5 hour battery life in the earbud itself. And then if you go ahead and put it back in the case for another charge, in total you can get 18 hours of listening. Now, if you listen to these for 18 hours straight, you probably should have taken a break. Just saying. No huge judgment, well, a little bit of judgment, but not super great for your ears. Okay, now, you have these, you put them in, and there's not a lot of controls on them, but there is a button on the outside that lets you do pause and play on the right, and then if I put the left one in, that gives me the ability to do like hanging up on phone calls and stuff, because they work with both. Now, because I have various Bluetooth on and off on the devices, they actually are trying to pair, which is a little annoying, but it is nice that as soon as you take them out of the case, this is true of both designs, as soon as you take it out of the case, they're on, and as soon as you put them back in the case, they turn off. So that works out really well with your device. Now, these W1 Bud style come in black or white. And are you ready for this? Well, you know what? I'm not even going to tell you the price. We'll hold off on that till later. So W1, and I'm going to come back to the sound once I've talked about both of these. So hold on. Now, the other style they have are what I call the AirPod style. So you'll see that. And that's more with something sticking down. And these are the A1 or AI. I actually can't tell what they're called. We can maybe look on the package. And let's see, looks like AI. We'll call them the AIs, right? So these also feature Bluetooth 5.0. They have 6.5 hour battery life just on these, which means if you put them in the case and charge them multiple times, you will get a total running time of 24 hours without ever having to plug this into the wall for a boost. Now, these also support AAC, which is the Apple iPhone audio system, but they additionally add aptX, which is what most Android phones are using. So between those two, you should get higher fidelity and better sound, and it gives you a sort of a richer sound. So it's a really beneficial thing if you can pair with that higher quality audio stream. They also are designed to have very low latency. So these have a less than 80 millisecond latency, which is really important if you're gaming on your phone and you're using these for the audio. You don't want to hear about that person who's coming from behind and about to shoot you after they shot you. So you really want to have as minimal a latency as possible. Now these have low latency, but these are significantly lower. Less than 80 milliseconds, pretty darn good for wireless. They also come in black and white. And as you can see, these are also really nice. And again, you know, quite comfortable, easy to work with. They have the same button feature on the outside, the easy touch buttons. So these also have an app. Now, let me clarify the app, iPhone or Android. The app lets you control the A1 or AI, but not the W1. These are not app friendly, but it's okay. So the app, as far as I can tell, doesn't yet do much of anything. Here's a screen capture, and there's not much happening there. It's not like you can adjust the EQ or anything, but I suspect that that's all coming. I suspect that in the very near future, I'm gonna get an app update and I'm gonna be like, wow, look at all these features, cool. I don't know. Company hasn't shared that with me, but there's definitely something on the way there. And again, that's really cool. There's so much you can do when you have an app, including doing things like hearing tests and then automatically balancing your headphones for your actual hearing. I've seen some companies do that, and it does make a difference. It's very nice. It also helps you balance if your left ear is a little better than your right ear or something. It can just automatically move that balance to where you need to be. So let's talk about sound. So I absolutely came into this thinking that the A1s or AIs are going to sound better. Frankly, they're more expensive. They're better technology. They support aptX. I paired them with both the latest generation iPhone and the latest generation Android phone, and they sound really good. There's a nice clarity to their sound. I did, of course, change ear tips, which is always important when you get new wireless devices or anything that goes in your ears. Try different size ear tips to make sure you get the right ones. Both of them come with additional ear tips so you can fine tune that. And these sound really good. It's nice clarity. They have a good sound stage and everything. And really for the price, they're remarkably good. But here's what blew me away is that these W1s sound better. Yes, these that are a fraction of the price of these actually sound better on both sources. So even with the Android and even with these not having aptX, I was really surprised at how nice these sounded. And with 4.5 hour battery life without having to worry about anything and such a discreet little earbud, it's kind of a win-win. But let's talk about the price. But hold on, before I get to the price, can I ask you, go ahead and click on that subscribe button. Really appreciate when you subscribe to my channel. And again, remember, I'm talking about production prototypes. So I think these are gonna actually get a little better. And in fact, before we get to the price, there's another thing I should mention, is that I did notice there was some tiny connectivity issues when I adjusted the volume on the source unit on either phone. Then the earpieces had a tendency to drop out for a fraction of a second. But as soon as I was done with the actual adjustment, then they would come back and they were nice and reliable. And with both of these, I could walk 10, 15 feet away from my audio source and the Bluetooth stayed nice and steady. There was no breakup. There was no issues with one ear dropping versus the other or anything, except for with these with volume adjustments during the actual adjustment. My guess is that's something that they will fix, but it's something worth mentioning. So what that leaves us with is the price, and you are not going to believe the price. Let's start with these, the W1s. The ones I like better are $19 if you support their Indiegogo campaign. $19. And these are really nice sounding wireless earbuds. They are definitely something I would be happy to use, and to listen to music or lectures or audiobooks or something, you will be happy. These are very nice units. The AirPod style with the little stick that comes out, these are a little bit more expensive. They're 54 bucks on the Indiegogo campaign. But if you check out the description on this video, I have a link where at least a couple of you, if you move quickly, can get in at a $49 price. But either way, even for $54, these are pretty nice. But honestly, I think the real absolute winner here are these. I am amazed at how good they sound, and the fact that they're $19. If you were just to give these to me and let me audition them, I would have assumed that they're probably about 100 bucks. So, really nice stuff. Again, one more time, I'm going to warn you, these I'm looking at are production prototypes, so what you get might be slightly different, and certainly I think their packaging might be slightly different than this, but whatever. The point is that for a very, very affordable price, these are like stocking stuffer level prices. These are really nice. So, this is Dave Taylor. I'm telling you, you should check out the Funcl wireless headphones. Here's a link to get them on Indiegogo. Once that's gone, then hopefully you can just get Funcl and just do a Google search and find him. It is worth the effort because these are some really nice earbuds. So with that, I'm going back to my music. So this is Dave Taylor, and give me a sec. I will catch you in my next video.